In the headlines, ISWAP kills 3 in Borno as troops kill 10 terrorists, rescue 14 in Mina. President Buhari receives APC national leader Tinubu in Abuja. World Bank mocks Nigeria's poverty reduction efforts. Away from Nigeria, Ukraine says at least 21 killed in Russian strikes in eastern region. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. Beginning with security issues, the Islamic State of West Africa province ISWAP killed 3 people in Kautikari ward of Chibok local government area on Tuesday, while the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres was paying a courtesy visit to the Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum at the government house in Maiduguri. The terrorists have attacked the village countless times within the past 5 months, according to a Chibok resident. The attack, according to the villager, started around 6 p.m., forcing the villagers to take cover in nearby Sambisa forest where the terrorists camped. The attack occurred almost the same time as the UN Secretary General was visiting Borno State for an on-the-spot assessment of the level of damage done by Boko Haram insurgency in Borno. Meanwhile, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has commended the Borno State government for effectively handling the needs of people displaced by the insurgency. Guterres stated this while on a visit to Maiduguri as part of his 2-day official visit to Nigeria. The UN scribe who visited Gubio IDP camp and the repentant Boko Haram at the Hajj camp expressed satisfaction with Governor Zulum for building confidence and trust in people through his programs and promise to support the state to help its resettlement and reintegration programs.
Out in many circumstances around my life as a High Commissioner for Refugees and then as Secretary General was a Borno state of terrorism, of violence, of displacement, of despair. This is not the Borno that I found today. The Borno I found today is a Borno of hope, is a Borno with future. And I was very impressed to see the policy that is being applied here, recognizing that you don't fight terrorism just by military means. You fight terrorism addressing the root causes of terrorism. I was amazed to see today in a center those that had been terrorists. They want to integrate in the society and contribute to the society. And the policy that is in place here is a policy of reconciliation, is a policy of integration, and is a policy aiming at a development perspective to allow for terrorism to be definitely eliminated, thanks to the fact that the people is able to construct their own future in confidence with those that are governing them.
My most important call on you is that you join us in this effort and be our champion and advocate for the Lecture region, because this is one of the areas where there is potential to end the devastating human sufferings and waste of human lives and build back communities with livelihood and dignity. We need your support to get the global community to focus on this area where climate change, poverty, ignorance, and inequity has combined to create the insurgency. We need support to continue to improve on the security of lives and properties, support to surveillance, support with surveillance equipment, with resources to protect farmlands, mines, and IEDs clearance, as well as further training of civilian JTF and support to our multinational joint task force.
Meanwhile, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres is currently at the UN House in Abuja, the nation's capital. His visit to the UN House comes a day after he arrived in Nigeria on a 2-day official visit, the first since he assumed office. Guterres, who was in Borno State on Tuesday, arrived at the UN facility in the Federal Capital Territory to meet with top officials of the organization in Nigeria. Journalists were, however, barred from covering the meeting. He is also expected to meet with youth delegates, women, religious leaders, diplomatic communities, and journalists, as well as perform the laying of wreaths in honor of the victims of the August 26, 2011 suicide bomb attack that claimed at least 26 lives. Guterres is scheduled to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari and the Vice President, Professor Osimbanjo, and other top government officials. The Niger State Commissioner for Local Government and Internal Security, Emmanuel Umar, has confirmed the killings of no fewer than 10 persons in Uregi village in Rafi local government area of the state on Monday. 7 motorcycles belonging to the bandits, including arms, were also recovered from the bandits. The commissioner, in a statement in Mina, the state capital, also said 14 kidnapped victims were rescued during the operation by the Joint Security Task Force in the area. He disclosed that the bandits had wanted to disrupt the peaceful Eid al-Fitr celebration when the Joint Task Force launched an onslaught on Kao and Uregi villages. Meanwhile, some local hunters employed by the Shiroro Local Government Council of Niger State to complement the efforts of the security agents in the area in the ongoing war against gunmen have been arrested for allegedly stealing some cows which were recovered from bandits. Authorities of the Nigerian Army on Tuesday says it will go after the militants of the indigenous people of Biafra until they are tracked down for gruesomely murdering 2 of its personnel who are a couple. Daily Trust had reported that 2 soldiers, Audu Linus, a master warrant officer, and a private, Gloria Matthew, were murdered in cold blood and subsequently beheaded on Saturday when they were on transit to Imo State for their traditional wedding. Confirming their murder in a statement issued in Abuja, Army spokesman Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu described the killing as gruesome, barbaric, and most despicable, saying those unleashing terror on innocent citizens will not go scot-free. Nwachukwu noted that the dissident groups have continued to live in denial while masquerading as unknown gunmen in their criminal violent campaign in the region. Over now to some political stories. President Muhammadu Buhari Tuesday night received the national leader of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, at his residence in the presidential villa, Abuja. Although details of the meeting were not available as at the time of filing this report, Daily Trust learned that the former governor of Lagos State might have visited the president because of his absence on April 26, when the nation's #1 man hosted APC leaders, including the party's national chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, to iftar dinner at the State House.
Think deeply, focus on issues, and be ready to serve Nigeria. It's all about service. It's all about service. It's nothing else. Think wisely, get committed to your thinking, and serve the nation, and bring progress and prosperity to the lives of Nigerians. It's good for the country, for so many of us to aspire to want to lead. We are not abandoning our nation, but there's only one chair and one possibility. We are sure that we will remain united. You know our symbol is broom. You don't break it as you go. Nigeria required commitment and the uniform system and a stable country. And that is the only way we can be very proud of Nigeria. It is. And the president has shown a great example of leadership, gave us the freedom to say, oh, you want to run, you want to attempt, no, go ahead. He's a Democrat. And if we are running constitutional democracy, you don't hinder the desire, the wish of other people.
After months of speculations, Governor Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti State has finally joined the 2023 presidential race on the platform of the All Progressives Congress. Fayemi, who announced his entry into the race in a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Yinka Oyebode, on Tuesday, said he will formally declare to run for the position on Wednesday in Abuja. He becomes the fourth sitting governor to declare to seek the presidential ticket of the ruling APC. Governors Yahaya Bello of Kogi State, Ben Ayade of Cross River, and David Umahi of Ebonyi State have since declared their intentions to run for the office of the party's ticket. Others in the race include Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, former Lagos State Governor Bola Tinubu, former Ogun Governor and serving Senator Ibikule Amosun, former Imo State Governor Rochas Okorocha, the Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi, and the Minister of State for Education, Emeka Nwajuba, and the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige. The second-term bid of the Kwara State Governor, Abdulrahman Abdrazak, has received a boost as the Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Ibrahim Sulu Gambari, has asked him to publicly declare his intention to recontest. At the annual barricade, where the Emir paid a salah homage to the governor in Government House, the chairman of the Kwara State Council of Traditional Rulers said the governor had done well to deserve another term. He described the governor as someone who spends more time in the field than in office. The governor, in his address, said his administration's commitment to collective good is evident across all sectors within the last 3 years. He said the administration had made Kwara workers one of the best and promptly paid workforce in central Nigeria.
May God continue to guide him, protect him, and assure success for him in all his ramifications. I'm very glad to be here, and I have in my heart to testify to the fact that I'm here in good faith. And I wish that the governor aiming to do another one term of office. It is an individual right enshrined in the Constitution of Nigeria that if you do the first term 4 years, you may also contest for the second term 8 years. How can anybody come to somebody's house and say you will not get what you want? Provided there is a level playing ground, each citizen of Nigeria is entitled to ask, and it will be answered.
On another occasion of barricade, it is a testament to the excellent relationship between the traditional institution and the government. We do not take this for granted. Your Royal Highness, our administration is committed to peace, unity, and general well-being of our people. Within a short space of 3 years, we have made Kwara workers one of the best and promptly paid workforce in Nigeria. Our commitment to collective good is evident across all sectors. Health diseases have improved. We have upgraded facilities across the state. We have taken roads and other development to the remotest parts and corners of Kwara State.
You're watching Trust News Update, coming up after the break. Gombe Muslims relish Salah's moments. Details and more shortly. Join us again. This is Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story. Welcome back. This is the news update on Trust Television. We'll take a look at some of the top stories again. ISWAP kills 3 as UN chief visits Maiduguri. President Buhari receives APC national leader Tinubu in Abuja. Moving on, as the world marks Press Freedom Day, the role of the Nigerian mass media is shaping public opinion that will recruit effective leadership is coming into sharp focus. Some journalists who spoke to Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman are demanding for legislations that will guarantee a secured, professional and rewarding working environment.
The role of the journalist in shaping society has never been in question. But now it seems the press itself is being shaped by development in its working environment. Journalists believe the profession is facing critical challenges capable of undermining its prime role of holding leadership accountable to the people. And this is why the theme of this year's celebration, Journalism Under Digital Siege, is apt.
In the space of 3 years, we moved from 115 to 120. It also speaks to how free the press is. Then you also have economic implications for the press. Whether it is deliberate or not, there seems to be an agreement that the press or journalism, broadcast, whatever, needs to be economically emasculated.
We have the issue of dealing with fake and quack practices, people that are not well qualified. We have the issue of the media organization or the media owner organization that are not underpaying their staff.
As they grapple with the volatile working environment, some journalists have to contend with capacity deficit. The downside to this is that it limits the ability of practitioners to engage and interrogate those aspiring for leadership positions as the nation approaches another round of electioneering activities.
We must interrogate the facts. You know, we live in an age where you have politicians, you have establishment that have what we call either internet boys or keyboard warriors that continue to churn out unverifiable news.
And it is only with the freedom of the press that will be able to checkmate what the other politician has done, that it is yet to be known, to assess him for further or to the next level if we want him to be in office.
Expanding social media space is seen to be breeding unprofessional conduct by quacks, and this is posing a greater threat to the mainstream media. Journalists say it is imperative to tackle this challenge head-on, as it undermines the desire to have balanced and credible information. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Eid al-Fitr is an Islamic rite signaling the end of a month-long fast in the holy month of Ramadan. Muslims in Gombe State joined their counterparts across the globe to celebrate the rite. Ibrahim Ismail captured some of the activities that shaped the celebration as well as the economic condition of the people during the festival. The report.
The Eid al-Fitr begins with the sighting of the new crescent of Shawwal, the Zakat al-Fitr, which is a charity that is normally shared before the 2 rakat Eid prayers. Dr. Awal Abdullahi is an Islamic scholar in Gombe.
The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Sumu li ru'yatihi wa aftiru li ru'yatihi." When you see or you sighted the crescent, that is the new moon, you can do the fasting. You can start the fasting. After 29 days of Ramadan, you can retire, you can stop the fasting and do the Eid al-Fitr, that is enjoyment during Salah celebration. But when you didn't see it, you can complete it to be 30 days. So it's expected for each and every Muslim to share the foods among the needy and to at least show from their faces the kind of celebration and the happy and joy from the faces of each and every Muslim.
The 2022 Ramadan was observed amidst concern over high cost of living as Nigerians battle with skyrocketing prices of food. Some families were affected by the current economic situation in the country.
In the past we used to have like maybe 3, 4, 5 sets, but with the present realities, the kids will just have to make do with what's available. The culture is such that we celebrate by maybe just slaughtering chickens and things like that. But yesterday I was in Tumfere market here in Gombe, and surprisingly the prices had kind of like skyrocketed. You find an average chicken for 5,500.
Meanwhile, people made out time to celebrate the festival in style as they trooped out to watch the Daba at the palace of the Emir of Gombe.
We thank God for this Salah. We have new clothes and people shared welfare packages, foods and everything. We thank God.
This Salah is very exciting. I think it's better than those observed in previous years.
You can notice the whole town is very agog. All of the streets are filled to the brim. Every part of the road is filled to the brim with people who are applauding the people on horseback. And I can say we are very happy. It's a thing of joy for us to participate in this type of activity. Thank you.
It is a celebration that we do it with our loved ones that came from far and near in order to rejoice. And what I would like to pray here is that may Allah accept our ibadat and let it be a way of going to Al-Jannatul Firdaus.
During Eid festival, Islam requires Muslims to celebrate, visit loved ones and assist the needy to make everyone smile. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
Business mogul Tunde Batmos has charged Standards Organization of Nigeria and the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control in Nigeria to do more in ensuring that food items in the market across the country are safe for consumption. Batmos, who is the Asiwaju Musulumi of Yoruba land, including Edo and Delta, said foreign rice and chicken preserved with chemicals are being imported into the country and very injurious to the health of the citizens. Speaking with Trust TV's Hamid Oyegbade in Oshogbo, the industrialist urged SON and NAFDAC to ensure that local rice and other food items locally produced in the country also meet standards to discourage Nigerians from consuming imported foods. On the 2023 presidential election, Batmos says former governor of Lagos State and presidential aspirant of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, merits to become next president of Nigeria to tackle the challenges facing the nation.
In the bag of rice you will see, you will never see their certification there. So there's a need. If they involve those agencies, Nigeria will have one of the best rice in the country. But the one they are bringing to us is about 3-4 years old, because and in their own case, the life of this thing is about 1 year before they withdraw from the market. So what they bring to us is what they cannot consume in their own country.
Now, the World Bank has said that Nigeria's efforts at reducing poverty might hit rocks if certain economic issues are not addressed. These include low human capital, labor market weaknesses, and exposure to shocks. This is contained in the new World Bank report titled A Better Future for All Nigerians, Nigeria Poverty Assessment 2022. The report represents the culmination of the World Bank's engagement on poverty and inequality, relevant data and analytics in Nigeria in the past 2 years. The report draws its conclusion from the 2018-2019 Nigerian Living Standards Survey, which provides Nigeria's first official data of poverty in almost a decade, as well as the Nigeria COVID-19 National Longitudinal Phone Survey. And now, away from Nigeria, Russian attacks in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region have killed at least 21 civilians and injured 27, the highest daily death toll in a month, according to Regional Governor Pavlo Kyrylenko. Writing on Telegram, Kyrylenko said at least 10 people were killed after the Russians shelled the Adivka coke plant, one of Europe's largest. The death toll is the highest in the region since an attack last month on a railway station in the town of Kramatorsk, in which more than 50 people were killed. Regional Governor Serhiy Haidai said attacks and shelling also intensified in Luhansk and was particularly severe around Popasna, where it was impossible to organize evacuations. And in sports news, Nigeria's Quadri Aruna has become the first African and black player to be ranked in the top 10 in World Table Tennis ranking. According to 2022 ITTF Table Tennis World Ranking Week 18, made available on Tuesday, May 3rd, the #1 player in Africa is now ranked 10th in the world. In a statement released by the World Table Tennis, it has been a long time coming, as the King of Africa has finally made it into the top 10 in the world. Another Nigerian player, Bode Abiodun, gained 34 steps up to climb to 97th in the world. And that wraps up the news update. Connect with us via our social media platforms and also subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch more. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for watching.